Well, hey everybody, it's your girl Ginger Fahrenheit, and welcome to another Becoming Ginger. Well, it's Jill. Um, Sorry for my voice. Apparently, according to my doctor, aka my friend that works for urgent care, she's pretty sure I had the flu. So I've been, in one way or another, I've sounded something like this since Monday, I guess. So yeah, keeping it classy as usual. Um, Sorry I didn't get in the face for this. I've been hoping that I would snap out of this, but I am nasty sick and I just am not feeling it this week. So next week I will get back to practicing like I should. But I felt like I owed my drag family outside of the local area a little bit of an explanation of what the fuck was happening on my Facebook this weekend. So Friday I had the show and I did a little review on it. I just now saw the footage from my show and I am here to tell you that I am my worst critic. I will tell you that I did not do a good job. It was, it was better than the last time, for sure. But, it's obvious that I'm still an amateur. And I get that, like people that watch this regularly and my friends and stuff, they're gonna like what I do because, they have a connection with me. They know my story. They know how hard it is for me to get up there and do that. And they know how far I've come along in my makeup and all of that. But, for some Joe Schmo on the street, obviously I'm very unpolished. I'm very much an amateur. And they still have room to talk. So if you watch my performance video, you'll see that at some point in my performance, I had like 3 people taking pictures of me at the same time. So I even stopped walking so that they could take my picture. Well, one of the persons that took my picture was a drag king, and he put me up on his Instagram and compared me to the hostess of the last Saturday strip show. She's like a burlesque dancer and everything. Her name is Charlotte Sometimes. And I have always kind of respected Charlotte Sometimes, actually. Her show was the first show I went to in drag back in August. And I've seen her show a couple of times since then. And actually, last Wednesday, Mona was in one of Charlotte's shows. So I went and saw her again then. I've always really respected Charlotte and what she does. Not saying that I would be ready to do something like that, but I'm glad that that's an option in our drag community. So, Mona texted me, and I got it at 3 in the morning, and this was after I was fangirling over myself, the pictures that my drag sister took of me. And she said, so-and-so put a picture of you on Instagram, and, I'm not sure what to even think about this. And I looked at it and, he made that comparison to Miss Charlotte, and seeing as this person does not know me as an entertainer, I didn't really know what to think of it either. I didn't imagine that it was in a positive light, given his demeanor that evening, and it did dampen my spirits that night. I went from feeling fairly good about myself to being like, really? I'm really just, every time I think I'm getting closer to being respected in the community, something like this will happen and I have to go, okay, I'm not getting any better, obviously. 'Cause like I said before, I'm my own worst critic, but like in Mean Girls, it's only okay when I say it, right? So it did bother me, but I had no intention of like spreading it beyond knowing what was said. So Sunday, I wake up and my fucking Facebook and my Twitter are fucking blown up with local people friending me. And with Charlotte sometimes IMing me, hey, are you doing anything tonight? I'm like, well, I have to work until 9:30 in Belleville, but you know, I can make it to St. Louis at around 10. Well, that would be perfect. I have a surprise. So why don't you prepare a Christmas song, and at some point in my show, I'll pull you on stage, you could do your song, and we can sort of like stick it to this person that said this stuff about us. Holy shit. So a fucking amateur just got an opportunity to go work a show with all seasoned people. That's a big fucking deal, you know. There are so many amateurs in this area, and this opportunity just fucking fell right into my lap. For a few hours of feeling bad about myself, I got a big, huge, you know, shot in the arm. So, of course I'm going to say yes. I'm going to make this fucking work. So, that was at noon. I had to be at work by 5:15, which means I had to be start getting ready by 4:15. So that left me 4 hours to, you know, accept all my friend requests, you know, respond positively to all of the comments and everything that were on my Facebook. Also to find a Christmas song, sort of try to, you know, get a lip sync in my mouth and, you know, put a costume together, repack all of my drag shit, somehow sneak it back into my car and get to the, you know, get to work and then go to the show. And all of it ended up working out. I picked an Ella Fitzgerald song, Let Us Know, Let Us Know, Let Us Know. And because there's really only one stanza on that song and she just repeats it 3 times. I may be a new queen, but I ain't a dumb queen, right? So really it was just getting all the little nuances. That's all I had to learn. Then I thought you know, maybe I'll, you know, get some fake snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. But then I'm like, no, people are going to have to perform after me. I don't want them to like slip and fall. And then I thought I would get a baggie of baby powder and be like, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And I was like, that's not right. So I really, I had this bright green sweater and my Vicky Vox hair, and I put it up. It looked like a little 60s like bouffant thing. And I had glitter lips and glitter eyes, because that's like one of Charlotte's staples is the glitter everything, which is probably where the comparison really came from, because I do love me some glitter. And so I got up on stage, I did my thing. I don't have footage of it, so I don't really know how good of a job I actually did. But the tips were unreal, kids. So crazy. And as Mona pointed out to me, they were sympathy tips. I get that. But motherfucking shit, that was crazy. It paid for my gas for all 3 trips to St. Louis that I had made that week. So, you know, that's 35 miles one way for me to go to St. Louis, and I did that 3 times. It's not like I'm making money at the, you know, my current job at all, you know. So sexy. So it was a big deal. It totally paid for my gas and a victory dinner at Steak and Shake with Mona after the fact. So yeah, that was my crazy weekend. I had like a really low, and then it was just like crazy high after that to, you know, go and do that season show. It was a big deal. But when I got home, you know, I started to cry because all of this shit was happening and I could not tell my mother about it. Like, I couldn't tell her when the drag king made the comment about me. I couldn't tell her that, you know, this huge opportunity came to me. I couldn't tell her about how awesome the show was and how great of an experience it was. Or that, you know, Charlotte was very complimentary of my job, you know, and even like said if I ever want to do burlesque that, you know, I have a spot with her, which is an extremely huge compliment, but after seeing my footage of my show, I am not exactly graceful. I need to beat the boy out of me before I can even think of being a burlesque dancer. Having said that, I did put a corset on my wish list, and I have about 3 or 4 different ideas of burlesque numbers in my brain. But I digress. Yeah, I can't tell my mom any of these things because she does not know that I'm a bisexual, and she does not know about the drag at all. And I'm sick of not being able to share this part of me with her anymore, you know. And even though it's a huge risk on my part, I feel like I have to tell them what's going on. I have to, you know, come out. And I am so scared, you know. I really don't know what they're gonna think. I can see it being fine with them, and then I can see them kicking me out of the house. And I really don't know which way it's gonna go until it happens. And that's just the fucking scariest thing in the world. And I think that's why it took me so long to come to the realization that I really actually am bisexual. It's not a phase or anything. Because I did not want to admit it. Because then it's true. And then, you know, I actually have to like live this life, you know. But at the same time, when I finally admitted it to myself, I've never felt happier or more like myself than I ever have in my entire life. So it's hard because I feel like things are clearer to me now than they have ever been in my life. But at the same time, I don't feel like I can tell them, but I have to tell them, you know. So any advice on how to come out to them would be great. My mom is dog sitting my brother's dogs now. She won't be back in the house until New Year's, so I kind of feel like I could take advantage of the fact that she's not in the house right now. And I could be like, hey, this happened, you know, and then go from there. If she feels like I have to tell my dad, then I could tell my dad. If she, you know, freaks out and, you know, hates me, then I have a little bit of time to gather my shit and, you know, take it to my car, you know. So, yeah. The same time, I feel like I need to find a crash pad if it does go wrong, which I really don't want to have to do, but it's time. I have to do it, you know. I'm getting to an age now where it's a little ridiculous being in the closet. So, yeah. This is gonna be the craziest fucking year. That's all I can say. I just hope by the time we get to this time next year, things are a lot different. But I have probably rambled on far too long, and you're all probably pretty bored with it, so I'm gonna shut up. I will see you all next week. Hopefully my voice will be back to normal. My face will be back to normal. And, you know, I can update you on what's going on. But yeah, hopefully that fully explains all the shit that went down this weekend, and I will see you all later. Love you all so much. Bye!